Welcome to the path of Buddhism, to the world of Buddhism. In today's episode, I'm gonna discuss about the types of Buddhism. And in this whole episode, I will discuss about the first type of Buddhism, which is called the Theravada Buddhism, the school of the elders. So, let's start. Types of Buddhism. Today, many forms of Buddhism exist around the world. The three main types that represent specific geographical areas include: number 1, Theravada Buddhism, the school of the elders. Number 2, Mahayana, the great vehicle. Number 3, Vajrayana Buddhism, the great way of the diamond. Theravada Buddhism is considered the oldest and claims to maintain Buddha's original vision and teachings. Mahayana Buddhism is said to have split off from Theravada in the belief that it was too self-centered and had lost the true vision. This school also claims it holds to the Buddha's original teaching. Actually, however, the two schools may have been established around the same time, just with different focus, and probably emerged from two earlier schools. The Sthaviravada, possible precursor to Theravada, and the Mahasanghika, also given as Mahasanghika, considered by some of the earlier Mahayana. The connection between these earlier schools and the later ones, however, has been challenged. Vajrayana Buddhism developed largely in Tibet in response to what were perceived as too many rules in Mahayana Buddhism, and emphasized living the Buddhist walk naturally without regard to ideas of what one was supposed to do, and so it, too, claims to be the most authentic. Theravada Buddhism. Theravada, in Pali, it means way of the elders, major form of Buddhism, prevalent in SriLanka, Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, and Laos. Theravada, the Pali word way of the elders, or Sthaviravada in Sanskrit, emerged as one of the Hinayana, Sanskrit leisure vehicle schools, traditionally numbered at 18 of early Buddhism. The Theravadians trace their lineage to the Sthaviravada school, one of two major schools. The Mahasanghika was the other, that supposedly formed in the wake of the Council of Vaishali, now in Bihar state, held some 100 years after the Buddha's death. Employing Pali as their sacred language, the Theravadians reserved their version of the Buddha's teaching in the Tripitaka, 3 baskets. During the reign of the Emperor Ashoka, 3rd century BCE, the Theravada school was established in SriLanka, where it subsequently divided into 3 subgroups known after their respective monastic centers. The cosmopolitan Abhayagiri Viharavasi maintained open relations with Mahayana and later Vajrayana monks and welcomed new ideas from India. The Mahaviharavasi, with whom the third group, the Jatavan Viharavasi was loosely associated, established the first monastery in Sri Lanka, and preserved intact the original Theravadian teachings. Theravada, like all other Buddhist schools, claims to adhere most closely to the original doctrines and practices taught by the Buddha. Theravadins accept as authoritative the Pali canon of ancient Indian Buddhism and trace their sectarian lineage back to the elders who followed in the tradition of the senior monks of the first Buddhist sangha or community. During the early centuries following the death of the Buddha, the community broke up into several sects that, in the beginning, differed little from one another, as far as is known. The first separation occurred in 4th century BCE at the time of the Second Council, when a group broke away from the Sthaviravadins and became known as the Mahasanghika. A second major schism occurred when the Sthaviravadins, who hold that all is real, separated from the Vijayavadins, adherents of the doctrine of distinctions. Presumably, the Sthaviravadins, those Vijayavadins that were distributed geographically in southern India and Sri Lanka, became known as the Theravadins, the Pali form of Sthaviravadins. During the reign of the Emperor Ashoka, the Theravada School traveled to Sri Lanka, where it divided into 3 subgroups known after their monastic center as the Mahaviharika, the Abhayagirika, and the Vinaya. The Theravada form of Buddhism gradually spread eastward, becoming dominant in Myanmar in the late 11th century and Cambodia and Laos by the 3rd and 4th centuries. The ideal of Theravada Buddhism is the Arhat, Pali Arahant, or perfected saint, who attains enlightenment as a result of his own efforts. The role of layman and monk are clearly differentiated by the Theravadins, who do not consider it possible to attain enlightenment. While one is living the life of a layman, Theravadins profoundly revere the historical Buddha as the perfected master, but do not pay homage to the numerous Buddhas and Bodhisattvas that are worshipped in the Mahayana. Theravada Buddhist beliefs, doctrines, and practices. Cosmology. Like other Buddhists, Theravadians believe that the number of cosmos is infinite. Moreover, they share the near universal Buddhist view that the cosmos inhabited by humankind, like all cosmos, has 3 planes of existence. The realm of desire, Pali and Sanskrit, it calls Kama Loka. The lowest of the planes, the realm of material form, in Pali and Sanskrit is Rupa Loka, which is associated with meditational states in which sensuous desire is reduced to a minimum, and the realm of immateriality or formlessness, Pali and Sanskrit it calls Arupa Loka, which is associated with meditational states that are even more exalted. The 3 planes are divided into various levels. The realm of desire is divided into heavens, hells, and the earth. It is inhabited by those suffering in the various hells. a species of wandering, famished ghosts, animals, hell beings, human beings, gods, and the sixth group that is not universally acknowledged, the Asuras. The entire cosmos is enclosed by a great Chakrawala wall, a ring of iron mountains that serves as a kind of container for the realm of desire. Mount Meru, the great cosmic mountain topped by the heaven of the 33 gods over which Indra presides, is surrounded by a great ocean where people live on 4 island continents, each inhabited by a different type of human beings. The material aspect of the realm of desire is made up of 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air, held together in various combinations. Let's talk about meditation. 2 basic forms of meditation in Pali jhana or in Sanskrit dhyana has been practiced in the Theravada tradition, closely related to a Hindu tradition of yoga. The first of this involves a process of moral and intellectual purification. Initially, the Theravadin meditators seek to achieve detachment from sensual desires and impure states of mind through reflection, and to enter a state of satisfaction and joy. In the second stage of this form of meditation, intellectual activity gives way to a complete inner serenity. The mind is in a state of one-pointedness, concentration, joy, and pleasantness. In the third stage, every emotion, including joy, has disappeared, and the meditator is left indifferent to everything. In the fourth stage, satisfaction, any inclination to a good or bad state of mind, pain, and serenity are left behind, and the meditator enters a state of supreme purity. According to Theravada belief, at this point, the meditator begins pursuit of the sampathis, or the higher jhanic attainments, beyond all awareness of form withdrawn from the influence of perception, especially the perception of plurality. The meditator concentrates on and reposes in infinite space. Transcending this stage, the meditator focuses on the limitlessness of consciousness and attains it, proceeding still further by concentrating on the non-existence of everything. The meditator achieves a state of nothingness. Finally, the meditator reaches the highest level of attainment, in which there is neither perception nor perception. Theravadians maintain that the ideal Buddhist is the one who is worthy. In Sanskrit, it's called Arhat, or in Pali, it's called Arhat, the perfected person who attains nirvana through his own efforts. Although the Theravadin Arhat takes refuge in the Buddha, his focus is on the practice of the Buddha's Dhamma. According to Theravadins, true insight is achieved by passing through 4 according to the Theravadians. According to Theravadins, there are 4 stages. The first stage is that of the stream winner or stream enterer. The individual who has seen the truth has experienced the first real intimations of nirvana and will undergo no more than 7 additional rebirths. Next is the stage of the once returner, who will endure no more than one additional rebirth before achieving nirvana. The third stage is that of the non-returner, who will achieve release in the present life or at the very least before another rebirth occurs. One who has reached this stage has broken free from the lower bounds of doubt, belief in the permanent self, faith in the results generated by ritual, sensual passion, and malice. The fourth and the final stage is that of the Arhat, who has attained complete freedom. The Arhat or the Arhat is free from the bonds of ignorance, excitability, ambition, and the desire for existence in either the formed or formless worlds. Buddhang Shvaranam Gacchami Dharmam Swaranam Gacchami Sangham Shvaranam Gacchami. Friends, if you like my channel or my discussion about Buddhism, please do like, share, and must subscribe my channel, and please press the bell icon for further notification, and please keep encourage me. Thank you so much.